Have you ever wondered where coffee, that invigorating drink that kickstarts your day, comes from? Let's whisk ourselves away to the verdant landscapes of 9th century Ethiopia. Here, a man named Kaldi, a humble goat herder, made a discovery that would forever change the world. One day, Kaldi noticed something peculiar about his goats. After feeding on berries from a certain tree, they were unusually energetic, leaping and bounding around with a vigor unseen before. Intrigued, Kaldi decided to try these mysterious berries for himself. As the legend goes, the effects were immediate and profound. Kaldi found himself invigorated, awake, and alert. Eager to share his discovery, he brought these remarkable berries to the monks at a nearby monastery. But the monks were skeptical. They tossed the berries into a fire, dismissing them as the work of evil. However, as the berries burned, a rich, enticing aroma filled the air, capturing the curiosity of the monks. Intrigued by this unexpected turn of events, the monks retrieved the roasted berries from the fire, ground them, and steeped them in hot water, creating the first rudimentary version of the drink we now know as coffee. The monks found that this new concoction helped them stay awake and focused during their long hours of evening prayer. Word of this magical potion that could banish sleep and fatigue quickly spread throughout the monastery. And so, the humble coffee bean began its journey from a simple Ethiopian field. This little berry, discovered by a curious goat herder, would soon traverse continents, making its way into the cups of millions of people around the world. From the monastic halls of Ethiopia, it would eventually find its way to the bustling coffee shops in the heart of New York, the quaint cafes of Paris, and even the instant coffee packets in our kitchen cupboards. And so, the humble coffee bean began its journey from a simple Ethiopian field to becoming a global sensation. From Ethiopia, how did coffee find its way to your morning cup? Well, the journey is as rich and intriguing as the brew itself. In the 15th century, coffee seeds made their first voyage from Ethiopia to the Arabian Peninsula, a region known for its flourishing trade and cultural exchange. Here, coffee was not just consumed as a drink, but was cherished as a mystical substance. The Yemeni Sufis used it to keep themselves awake during their late-night devotions, and the drink soon became a staple in their gatherings. By the 17th century, the beans traveled further, making their grand entrance into Europe. The unique aroma of coffee was quick to captivate the olfactory senses of the Europeans. The first coffee house, fittingly named the Angel, was established in Oxford, England in 1650. These coffee houses, often referred to as penny universities, soon sprouted in major cities across Europe. They became centers of social activity and communication, where people from all walks of life could gather and engage in stimulating conversation over a cup of coffee. But not everyone was enamored with this new beverage. Coffee's stimulating effect stirred controversy. Some viewed it as a sober drink that sparked creativity and innovation, while others saw it as a dangerous intoxicant. In fact, it faced bans in certain regions and was even denounced by religious authorities. Yet, coffee was an idea whose time had come. Despite the controversy, coffee's popularity continued to grow. The beans finally embarked on their journey across the Atlantic, reaching the shores of the New World in the late 17th century. As it had done in Europe, coffee quickly became a staple in the Americas, paving the way for a vibrant coffee culture that continues to thrive today. And so, from the highlands of Ethiopia to the bustling coffee houses of Europe and the Americas, coffee has woven itself into the fabric of societies across the globe. Despite the controversy, coffee's popularity continued to grow, eventually reaching the shores of the New World. But when did coffee become a staple in America? Well, the story of coffee in America is as rich and complex as its dark brew. It all began with a revolutionary act, the Boston Tea Party in 1773. This pivotal event shifted American tastes from tea to coffee, as tea was associated with British rule and taxation. The American revolutionaries not only sought political freedom, but also culinary independence. As the tide of revolution swept across the nation, coffee became a symbol of American resilience and self-reliance. As the taste for coffee grew, so did the need for coffee companies. In the mid-19th century, enterprising Americans saw the opportunity to capitalize on this burgeoning market. Among the first to rise to the challenge were companies like Folgers and Maxwell House. Folgers, founded in 1850 by James A. Folger, began as a small coffee mill in San Francisco. Their innovative approach of roasting and grinding coffee beans before selling, a first in the industry, made coffee more accessible to the average American household. This was a game changer, transforming coffee from a luxury to a daily necessity. Around the same time, Joel Cheek, a traveling salesman, and Roger Nolly Smith, a British coffee broker, joined forces to create Maxwell House. Their unique blend quickly gained popularity and was even served at the presidential mansion, earning it the tagline, "Good to the last drop." These early pioneers were instrumental in defining the American coffee culture. They took a foreign drink and made it truly American, molding it to suit the tastes and lifestyles of the time. They were the catalysts in the shift from coffee as a luxury good to a staple in every American home. Their influence extends beyond our morning routines. They shaped our society, our economy, and even our cultural identity. Every cup of coffee we drink is a testament to their vision and resilience. These early pioneers paved the way for coffee's dominance in American culinary culture. So, how did we get from these early coffee companies to today's coffee giants like Starbucks? Well, it all started in 1971, in a charming city known as Seattle, Washington. There, the first Starbucks opened its doors, ready to redefine the coffee industry forever. It was a humble beginning for what would become a global phenomenon. Starbucks was not the first to sell coffee, not by a long shot, but what set them apart was their commitment to a different kind of coffee experience. Starbucks chose to focus on the quality of their coffee, roasting beans darker than most were used to at the time. This brought out bold flavors and a richness that was practically unheard of in the industry. Starbucks didn't just sell coffee, they sold an experience, a place to sit, relax, and enjoy a good book or conversation over a cup of their signature brew. This model resonated with people, and soon Starbucks was more than a coffee shop. It was a meeting place, a study spot, a home away from home for many. As Starbucks expanded, they maintained their dedication to high-quality coffee. This commitment did not go unnoticed. The world began to take notice, and Starbucks quickly became synonymous with a good cup of joe. Today, Starbucks is an icon of coffee brewing. With stores in every major city around the world, it's hard to imagine a time before the green mermaid logo was a familiar sight. Their influence has transformed not just the coffee industry, but our everyday habits and routines. Starbucks' rise to the top is a testament to their commitment to quality and the power of a good business model. They've proven that coffee is more than a drink. It's a culture, a lifestyle, a daily ritual for many. From an Ethiopian field to a Starbucks on every corner, the journey of coffee is indeed a story of global conquest and cultural transformation. Thank you for watching. Please like, learn, grow, share, and subscribe.